All right, guys, welcome back to another video. If it is your first time here, or if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's start off here and let's talk about the biggest news over the last couple of days. Now, these news is all based off of rumors and speculation, as absolutely nothing here has been confirmed by Xbox. So over the weekend, people were talking about games that were going to be coming to other platforms from the Xbox first party studios, and the major game everyone was pointing to was Hi-Fi Rush. And now we're hearing some more information that it's not going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be coming to the PlayStation 5. And then we also have this here as the other game, or maybe the game instead of Hi-Fi Rush, that potentially Xbox is going to be putting on the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch, or on the PlayStation platform and the Nintendo Switch. And that game is Sea of Thieves. This comes via a post here, or during a podcast with Jeff Grubb, who was claiming that Sea of Thieves could be set up to make the jump to Sony and Nintendo's consoles. And this is what he says. He says, Sea of Thieves, I'll say, I've heard that was one that might be coming to other platforms. When I first started hearing these rumors, I was like, this is probably about Sea of Thieves, because I've heard that could come to the Switch and PlayStation. On top of that, you have here the Game File, a new website here from Steven Totilo, who was previously at Axios, and he says that he's been told by a source that Microsoft has considered bringing Sea of Thieves to PlayStation, possibly for an early 2024 release. I believe Jess Corden as well has heard that this was a game that he potentially could be making its way out onto PlayStation. So this is a complete switch and a complete change to the games that we were talking about the other day, which was Hi-Fi Rush. And realistically, when you think about Hi-Fi Rush or Sea of Thieves makes more sense to put on another platform, because it is a multiplayer games as a service game, and those games need just massive communities to continue to be supported and continue to be successful. Now, Sea of Thieves has been wildly successful since it did launch. I believe it launched back in 2017 or 2018, and it's just done extremely well. It says here, Microsoft said in July 2020 that Sea of Thieves had been played by over 15 million people, cementing its place as the most successful new IP from the Xbox this generation. And it confirmed here, it was released on Xbox One and PC in March of 2018. So it's already been very successful. And they say in June of 2020 that the game had attracted over 30 million players. So that's pretty crazy. And this was the enhanced version of Sea of Thieves that was also released on the Xbox Series X and S. So, I mean, the game has been just wildly successful. It doesn't really seem like they would need to expand out and reach more players. I mean, it's always good to expand out and reach more players, because you're going to end up making more money at the end of the day. It would just mean that people on PlayStation and on the Nintendo Switch would have to pay full price for this game, or whatever price that they release it on, because this isn't going to go onto those platforms by the way of Xbox Game Pass. This is going to be a premium release title that people have to pay for. So I guess they're thinking at this point, maybe the numbers have stagnated and they want to rejuvenate those numbers and get more players into it and make more money off of it, because at this point, they're probably just turning a lot more profit off of this game, with the game being out for a long time, lots of people playing it, they've made back their money, all that type of stuff. So they're just thinking, let's make more money, put it on the other platform, and get people to go ahead and buy it at full price, or $50 or $40, whatever they release it at. Now, again, none of this has been confirmed. And the weekend and yesterday, it's like these rumors are just going crazy on social media, and people are getting very outraged about the fact that Xbox wants to bring over some first-party games over to PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch. And I mean, the messaging from Xbox has been their new IPs are going to be where Xbox Game Pass is. Phil Spencer saying bringing over exclusives to where Xbox Game Pass is. That was at the Bethesda roundtable. And if they were to bring over a Hi-Fi Rush, that would be breaking that promise that he did make at that roundtable. If they were to be bringing over Sea of Thieves, I mean, Sea of Thieves was developed and created and released before he did say that, but it's also from one of their core first party studios, which is Rare. So it's just still be a weird, interesting, whatever you want to call it, move for Xbox to do at this point when they have so much momentum going forward with so many games that we know are coming out in 2024 and just so many studios with non-stop first party content. They really have all the momentum when you're comparing it to PlayStation right now. I feel like this would be stepping on a rake and just taking some of the wind out of their sails, especially from the core Xbox fan base, who are going to be very, very upset about this. As you can see on social media, there are a lot of people that are upset. But at the end of the day, if you're on Xbox, you're still getting it on Game Pass. You are not being hurt by people on PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch playing this game. And in fact, it probably at the end of the day will benefit the Xbox ecosystem more because it means that they're going to be making more money and have more money to invest to bring us more games. The other concern I can see is people thinking that the console will go away, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon, as they've been releasing their games on PC and on the cloud for years now. And we haven't seen the console go anywhere other than staying at our homes where we're able to play it. And in fact, they're probably going to be releasing another console next generation because they also have to cater to the people that have these huge digital catalogs on their Xboxes. If they were to take out the console, it's going to be pretty crazy, because what are you telling these people? That I guess their digital catalogs are no longer being able to be used in the future when these new consoles do come out, because at some point all these older games are most likely going to be taken down, as we've seen many games removed from servers and deleted from storefronts. And it's just not a very bright future when it comes to the digital age and the digital content of video games. But speaking of a third party and putting your games on other platforms, it isn't only Xbox that's doing this. We know PlayStation brings their games to PC, and Horizon Forbidden West, the complete edition, got a trailer here at CES. And I mean, looks pretty cool. This is, like I said, coming to PC, and it comes with DLSS 3, which is an AI performance boost, DLAA, which is AI enhanced image quality, and the NVIDIA Reflex feature here, which is for low latency. So if you haven't played this game, if you've been holding out to play Horizon Forbidden West, you can now go pick it up, or when it does release, you'll be able to pick it up on your PC, and it won't only be available on the PS5. So another game from PlayStation on another platform. This is the way of the industry. The industry is changing. Console exclusivity is fading out because of how expensive it is to develop these games. Now, when it comes to a game that was released in 2023, we have Hogwarts Legacy. And Hogwarts Legacy, as we know, was subject to a boycott. And that boycott just absolutely backfired. And I mean, it's good that it backfired, because Hogwarts Legacy was an incredible game. I really, really did enjoy it. And people bought this game up like crazy. It sold over 22 million copies in 2023. They say of those 22 million, 2 million were sold in December. So think about this. This game released early in the year, and all the way at the end of the year in December, they still were selling millions of copies of Hogwarts Legacy, which shows that if you put out a good product, you put out a good game, no matter how vocal people want to be of trying to get others to not play a game, or trying to get others people to think the exact way that they want to think about a certain product that is coming out, it's not going to work if the product is good and people do want to play it. And it also obviously has a very strong IP behind it with Harry Potter. And in fact, the Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment president, David Haddad, praised the game's release, and they say this: it brought Harry Potter to life in a new way for gamers, where they could be themselves in this world, in this story. And that's what the team at Avalanche set out to do when they were developing the game. And I think that's really why it resonated so well and remains the best-selling game of the year in the entire industry worldwide. That's a position that typically is held by one of these incumbent sequel games, and we're so proud that we've been able to break into the top ranks. You got to think about it. It's pretty crazy how well this game did, that it was able to break in past like Call of Duties, and that comes out every single year and is always a top seller. 22 million copies, very, very good for Hogwarts Legacy, and we're going to be seeing a lot more from Avalanche and from Hogwarts Legacy going forward because of how well this game did do. Now, when it comes to Xbox and their capturing of videos, there was a big thing going around here that if you were capturing some content from Baldur's Gate 3, I believe had some nudity and stuff in it, you were actually getting banned off the Xbox. And all this was pretty crazy because it's part of the game that you bought. And I mean, if you're just capturing it, I mean, you're right, you purchased the game. Now, Xbox has responded. They say to provide clarity on Baldur's Gate 3, mature content enforcement actions, Xbox account suspensions are not automatic. Each clip is reviewed by a moderator, and if found in violation of our safety and content policies, actioned accordingly. Our team evaluates appeals and can reverse suspensions if action was taken in error. If this was a first offense, for example, we will remove the suspension and let players know why it happened and how to avoid future issues. Example, how to turn off auto upload when sensitive content is being captured. For how to turn off auto upload, please visit. So I guess basically what they are saying here is that if you captured sensitive content and then uploaded it to their servers, somebody viewed this and then banned those accounts. There wasn't anything here where it was just an automatic ban. So if you have Baldur's Gate 3 and you're capturing this sensitive content, I probably would make sure that those clips do not get uploaded. This person asks, just checking. This is from a game you allow to be bought and played on your console, correct? And you are suspending accounts for having auto-uploaded content from a setting that turned on by default. Better yet, you're suspending anyone at all for content in such a game. They say hello, and they just tell them to follow the official Xbox support page and stuff. So we'll see what happens going forward. But if you are playing Baldur's Gate 3, just be aware, make sure that if you are capturing this stuff, don't have auto upload on because your account may get suspended. All right, let's jump over here. Let's talk about something interesting. It may really not mean anything, but it does kind of get you thinking as to what this potentially could be. We have this find here from Timur222 on X, and it's from Marcel Hatam on his LinkedIn, who is the senior product marketing manager at ZeniMax Germany. And he puts this out. He says, after recently sharing my favorite games of 2023, it's time to look to the future. While 2024 will probably end up being less stacked with mega hits, there should still be plenty of great games to keep us entertained. Best of luck to everyone looking to announce or ship something this year. Here's what I hope to play this year. And he has a list. I don't know if this is in any particular order, but he lists a bunch of third-party games as well as some first-party stuff from Xbox like Avowed and the Xbox publishing games like Towerborn. And he has here at number 4 a to be announced game. Now, this may mean nothing. It may just mean that he is insinuating that he is excited for something that hasn't been announced and that will be announced, that will catch his attention. Or this may mean that ZeniMax itself has a game in the works that has not been announced. We know that ZeniMax is working on multiple different titles. I believe they're also working on an MMO of some sort. So this is something that maybe he is referring to. Maybe we're going to get another big announcement here at the Developer Direct or at the Xbox Showcase in the summer of another Xbox game that we do not know about. I think this is going to be a very interesting year because we know there are lots of games coming in 2024, barring just an insane amount of delays, but I don't think that is going to be the case. But we still know that Xbox has stuff that we don't know about that is releasing in 2024. Whether that's from a first-party perspective or whether that is from Xbox Global Publishing or just some great games from third parties coming into Xbox Game Pass that we just don't know is coming. So we'll see what happens here. And I'm hoping he is referring to a game that is being worked on by ZeniMax that hasn't been announced that we will hear about in 2024. All right, let's jump over here. Let's talk about Unity. Unity, we know, had a huge controversy in 2023 where they were going to be charging developers to use their platform, and that had a huge backfire. They went back and they changed some things with their original plans, and now we're seeing it all kind of blow up in their face here as Unity is announcing their plan to lay off 25% of its workforce at 1,800 employees. It says in a regulatory filing published on Monday, the game engine maker said the cuts were part of a community-wide restructuring and refocus on its core business as it attempts to position itself for long-term growth. They say this is the fourth round of layoffs at Unity in the last year and follows a period of significant instability for the company. In October, it announced that John Riccitiello was stepping down as president and CEO effective immediately. Obviously, that was following the whole controversy, which they partially walked back after the outcry about everything, with the development community announcing the monetization plans for the Unity engine clearly was a bad move. Then last month, they also confirmed that they cut 265 jobs, or 3.8% of the global workforce. They say the latest round of redundancies continues an incredibly difficult run for the games industry. Last year, it's estimated that over 9,000 people had lost their jobs. And we hear all of these layoffs. We hear things about AI potentially coming in, maybe alleviating some of these costs and reducing the amount of people that get laid off in the future. Who knows? But it's just a completely changing industry as we look forward to it. Again, even with what we just talked about with first party games getting released on other platforms. So crazy times here, but pretty sad for all those people that did get laid off at Unity. Now, we've been talking about the MSI Claw, which is going to be the next gaming PC handheld that we're going to see in comparison to everything that is already out there. And it officially did get announced here at CES, and people have had hands-on impressions and everything. This is what it looks like. You can see like the RGB and stuff. No trackpad or anything on there. I'm guessing it's all touchscreen, but they say the MSI is the latest PC manufacturing attempt to take on Valve's Steam Deck with the Claw, a new Windows-based gaming handheld that was announced at CES. Now, we now know the specs. I don't think were identical to the leaks. I believe, at least in the RAM category, I think the leaks are saying like 32 gigabytes, but it is not that. It will be spec'd with the Intel Core Ultra 7 155H, and they plan to ship 3 models ranging from $699 to $799. And the base tier will be shipping with a Core Ultra 5 and 512 gigabytes of storage. So here it is. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks kind of thin, or thinnish, I guess you could say, or pretty similar to all the other ones that are out there. But we'll see how this one does end up stacking up to like the ROG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go. The most interesting here is the Intel architecture that they're using and how that's going to work and how well games are going to run on it compared to the AMD architecture on all the other ones. Now, the actual size of the display itself is 7 inches, 120 hertz IPS display with a resolution of 1080p. So you're not getting any OLED or anything on there like you have with the updated Steam Deck, which the OLED screen does make a big difference on how these games look. And some other specs here: 16 gigabytes of RAM. And if you get the $799 model, it is going to come with that 1 terabyte of PCIe M.2 storage, and of course there is a micro SD slot and all of that type of stuff. So we'll see how this one stacks up. I love seeing how good these PC handhelds are, just because basically for me a PC handheld is my Xbox Game Pass handheld. I just put Windows on there, like with the Steam Deck. I put Windows on there and I just play Game Pass on there all the time. And it works great, and it's awesome to be able to sit back and with a big handheld with some nice controls and a big screen and be able to play your games on the go. All right. And let's finish off here. Let's talk about this PSA, because the Xbox is going through another big thing this week that you really should be aware of if you have a bunch of content on the Xbox network, a bunch of screenshots or videos that you want to keep. You better start uploading those to OneDrive or saving them on something else, because Xbox is doing mass content deletion. They released these rules a while ago, I believe, and it is coming into effect now. It says, as of January 9th, the new rules regarding content uploaded to the Xbox network will go live, which means that any captures, screenshots, and video clips stored on the platform for more than 90 days will be automatically scrubbed from the system. So right now, go in there, upload your clips to OneDrive, and just make sure the ones that you want to keep are off of the Xbox network if they've been on there, of course, longer than 90 days. But I would just do everything that you have, just so you make sure that you don't miss out on anything. They say if you don't back up your captures that are more than 90 days old, and that's a rolling window, then you'll lose them starting today. So make sure to jump in there as soon as possible and clear up everything here that you don't want to be deleted from the Xbox network. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, share the video, like it, subscribe, all of that type of stuff help this channel grow. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.